Ladies and gentlemen, let's get one thing straight. Life does not care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your past, your pain, or what went wrong. Life is moving forward, and the only question is, are you moving with it? No one is coming to save you. That's the hard truth. No matter how unfair life has been, no matter how many times you've been knocked down, the only person who can rebuild your life is you. You can sit there and make excuses, or you can stand up and do something about it. Because the world does not slow down for your struggles, and life does not pause for you to figure things out. It keeps moving, and the only question that matters is, are you moving with it? We all have moments where we feel like everything is falling apart. Maybe you lost a job, maybe someone you trusted walked away, maybe you made a mistake so big that you don't even know how to recover. But here's the truth. You are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by how you respond. You can either let your past break you or let it build you. Your failures, your setbacks, your disappointments, they are not the end of your story. They are just chapters. And you have the power to turn the page. Rebuilding isn't easy. It requires you to wake up every day and push through even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up when no one is clapping for you, when no one is cheering you on. It means making sacrifices, cutting off distractions, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. And most of all, it means refusing to make excuses. Because every excuse you make is just another chain holding you back from the life you deserve. Too many people waste time waiting for the perfect moment to start over. They wait until they feel motivated, until things get easier, until the right opportunity comes along. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. You just have to start. You have to take that first step, even when you're scared, even when you don't feel ready, because every day you wait is another day wasted. Pain is part of the process. Struggle is part of the process. Growth does not happen without discomfort. But every challenge you overcome makes you stronger. Every failure teaches you something. Every moment of doubt is a test to see how bad you really want it. The past does not define you. Your mistakes do not define you. Your willingness to fight for your future, that is what defines you. So ask yourself, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and let life pass you by, or are you going to take control? Are you going to let fear hold you back, or are you going to step up? You have one life, one chance, no excuses. Get up, get moving, and rebuild. Because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to go after it right now. Your past does not define you. It does not matter how many mistakes you have made, how many failures you have experienced, or how many times life has knocked you down. What matters is what you do next. Too often, people carry the weight of their past like an anchor, letting it hold them back from the life they deserve. They replay their failures, their regrets, and their disappointments, allowing them to become excuses. But the truth is, your past is not a prison, it is a lesson. Every setback, every heartbreak, and every loss was preparing you for something greater. The question is, are you willing to let go of the excuses and start building the future you deserve? The pain you have been through was not for nothing. Every struggle, every hardship, and every challenge was shaping you, making you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. But you cannot move forward if you are constantly looking back. You have to decide that your past will not control your future. You have to take the lessons, take the wisdom, and leave the rest behind. Too many people waste years stuck in the past, reliving old mistakes, blaming others, and making excuses for why they cannot move forward. But the only way to truly rebuild your life is to accept where you are, take responsibility, and start making changes. It does not matter how unfair life has been. It does not matter if people hurt you, betrayed you, or gave up on you. What matters is what you do now, because no one is coming to fix it for you. No one is going to do the work for you. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start rebuilding. You have the power to create something new, something better, something stronger than before. But you cannot do that if you are still making excuses for why you cannot. There is no success without struggle. There is no growth without pain. The people who rise, the people who rebuild, the people who turn their lives around are the ones who refuse to be defined by their past. They refuse to be victims of their circumstances. They refuse to let pain break them. Instead, they use it as fuel. They take every hardship, every challenge, and every failure and turn it into motivation. They push harder. They work smarter. They refuse to quit. The truth is, the past is done. It cannot be changed, but the future, that is in your hands. And every excuse you make is just another day lost, another opportunity wasted, another step further from the life you could have. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop blaming the past. Stop carrying the weight of things you cannot change. The only thing that matters is what you do now. No excuses, no looking back, just forward. One step at a time, building the life you were meant to live. Believing in yourself is not just a cliche, it is the foundation of rebuilding your life. If you do not believe in yourself, no one else will. The world will not hand you confidence, and no one will give you permission to chase your dreams. That has to come from within. Too many people wait for external validation, hoping that someone will tell them they are good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. But the truth is, if you do not believe it first, no one else will. Self-belief is not about arrogance. It is about knowing that no matter how tough things get, you have the strength to rise again. There will be people who doubt you. There will be people who tell you that you are wasting your time, that your dreams are unrealistic, that you are not capable of turning things around. And sometimes those voices will be the loudest when they come from inside your own head. But you have to fight back. You have to remind yourself that doubt is just fear disguised as logic. It is the voice that tries to keep you safe by keeping you small. But you were not meant to live a small life. You were meant to grow, to evolve, to push past the limits that others have placed on you. Rebuilding your life starts with one simple but powerful decision, the decision to trust yourself. Trust that you are capable. Trust that you can figure things out. Trust that every failure is a stepping stone, not a dead end. The strongest people are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who get back up every single time. They refuse to let self-doubt control their future. They understand that setbacks are temporary, but giving up makes them permanent. Taking action even when you do not feel ready is the key. People think they need to have everything figured out before they start, but that is just another excuse. You do not need to know every step. You just need to take the first one. Confidence is built through action. The more you do, the more you prove to yourself that you can. Every small win, every tiny step forward adds to your belief that you are capable of more. Before you know it, you will look back and realize just how far you have come. It does not matter where you start. It does not matter how many times you have failed. The only thing that matters is that you do not stop. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for approval, and do not wait for the perfect moment. You already have everything you need to start rebuilding. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the belief that you can create it. So trust yourself, take that first step, and keep moving forward. No excuses, no hesitation, just action. Complaining will never change your life. Blaming others, making excuses, and waiting for the perfect conditions will only keep you stuck exactly where you are. The people who rebuild their lives, who turn their struggles into success, are the ones who take full ownership of their situation. They don't waste time pointing fingers or waiting for someone to come and fix things for them. They accept responsibility, not because everything is their fault, but because taking responsibility gives them power. When you blame others, you give away your control. But when you own your life, you take it back. It is easy to fall into the trap of self-pity. It is easy to say, if only I had more money, if only I had better opportunities, or if only things were different. But if only will not get you anywhere. You have to work with what you have. You have to take what you've been given and turn it into something greater. Some of the most successful people in the world started with nothing. They faced rejection, failure, and obstacles that seemed impossible to overcome. But they made a choice. They chose to stop making excuses and start making progress. The truth is, no one owes you anything. The world does not care about your complaints. Success does not come to those who sit around waiting for it. It comes to those who go out and earn it. The ones who rise are the ones who do the work even when they don't feel like it. They show up on the days when motivation is gone. They push forward even when the odds are stacked against them. They understand that growth does not come from comfort. It comes from struggle, from persistence, from refusing to quit when things get tough. You have to train yourself to think differently. Instead of saying, I can't, ask yourself, how can I? Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you can do with what you have. Your mindset is the foundation of your success. If you constantly tell yourself that life is unfair, that you'll never make it, that things are too hard, then that will become your reality. But if you shift your focus, if you start seeing challenges as opportunities, if you start believing that every setback is a setup for a comeback, then everything changes. You have a choice right now. You can either keep making excuses, keep blaming your circumstances, keep waiting for things to get easier, or you can decide that today is the day you take control. Today is the day you stop waiting and start doing. No one is coming to do it for you. No one is going to hand you the life you want. It's on you. And that's the best news you could ever get, because it means you have the power to change everything. No excuses, no waiting, just action. You only get one life, one chance to make something of yourself, to leave a mark, to become the person you were meant to be. Yet too many people waste that chance waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for things to get easier. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is no magical time when everything falls into place and suddenly becomes effortless. If you keep waiting, all you are doing is losing time that you will never get back. The longer you delay, the harder it becomes to rebuild, and the more you risk looking back one day and realizing you wasted your potential. The clock is always ticking, and every second that passes is one you will never see again. You cannot afford to waste your days overthinking, doubting yourself, or letting fear stop you from taking action. Life does not pause for you to get ready. It moves forward with or without you. And if you refuse to step up, if you keep making excuses, then life will pass you by while you are still standing in the same place. The only way to rebuild is to start now, to take action today, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Fear will try to hold you back. It will whisper doubts in your ear, making you believe you are not ready, that you might fail, that you might not be good enough. But fear is just an illusion. It only has power over you if you let it. The people who succeed are not the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who push forward despite it. They understand that fear is just a sign that they are stepping into something bigger than themselves, something worth fighting for. They do not let it control them. They use it as fuel. The reality is you will fail at some point. You will make mistakes. You will experience setbacks. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every successful person has failed more times than they can count. What separates them from everyone else is that they did not let failure define them. They learned from it, they adapted, they kept going when others would have quit. And that is what you have to do if you want to rebuild your life. You have to decide that your dreams, your goals, and your future are worth fighting for. You have to commit to yourself fully, without hesitation, without excuses. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else can live your life for you. It is your responsibility, your journey, your chance. Do not waste it. Do not let fear or doubt or excuses hold you back. The time is now. No more waiting. No more second guessing. No more excuses. Get up, take control, and start building the life you were meant to live.